Hey guys, welcome back to Tech 702. Mike on the mic. Today I want to talk about something that's been taking over X by storm for the last month. Yes, what I'm talking about is people being hating ass people in the tech community. More specifically, we're going to talk about boosting your channel, buying subs, aka promoting your videos. So what I'm going to do in this video is really quickly run through the situation, break down the drama, and then I'm going to give it to you from all the angles. I'm going to explain to you why people are doing it, why people are hating on it, and then I'm going to tell you how to do it yourself. So here's the situation. I noticed a couple of months ago, tech has always kind of been toxic ever since the pandemic, just like in the nature to be hating on people and stuff. And some of it's fun, some of it's trolling. I participate in some of it, and it's a lot of fun. But when it gets personal, that's when things get different, right? Like there should be lines and barriers. Well, I've seen personal attacks going out after a lot of people, from Marquez Brownlee villain arc for launching his app to a lot of other stuff going on. And this is one of the things. Now, if you're not familiar, back in the day when you bought subs, you would use some Chinese bot company or nefarious website, and you could pay them and they'd send a bunch of crap traffic to your page, inflate your numbers for views, subscribe. You'd lose a bunch of them. If they caught you, you demonetize, all this good, worthless stuff that people would do. Now, YouTube has kind of gotten in on the action because now you can promote your own videos for a fee and artificially boost the appearance of your channel. Now, what that's led to, obviously, is friction, because in the old days, you had to grind it out. It's kind of like World of Warcraft before you could buy gold. In the old days, all your achievements had to be earned. That's why they had nice big plaques. Now they got little tiny ones because you can pretty much print a 100K channel if you just want the cosmetic vanity of it. So what has happened is the old school and the guys that are earning it, and gals, equal opportunity here, the ones that are earning it are a little peeved at it for a couple of reasons. And here's why. It's not just because they worked for it, because the people that work for it are getting paid, and most of them are being paid handsomely for it. There's another little tidbit to this, if you consider it, why they would be upset for it. So if you can just go out and purchase via promotion, however, 100,000 subs, which seems to be like the key metric that everybody keeps throwing around these days, then what it does is it cheapens the appearance of their accomplishment, not just for ego. At first glance, I thought that's what it was, but I got in the ear of a lot of successful creators. And what it really comes down to is opportunities that will be missed. So imagine you're an advertiser, you're a brand, and you want to work with a social media channel. You have X amount of dollars you want to spend and you want X amount of results. Analytics has been the gold standard by how they determine what you are worth value-wise to them. If all of a sudden there's a ton of channels with 50,000 views a video, 100,000 subs, how do you separate yourself from the ones that are faking the numbers? So what that can do is it gives leverage to companies to pay creators less. That is the main reason that guys are hating on this. The rest is just tongue in cheek. No one cares what you're doing. We all know what it is. It's fine. Do your best. Now, let's flip the other side. The guys that are doing it, why are you doing it? Well, pretty much only 3 reasons that I can think of. And I've talked to a couple of them directly why. Now, one, there is a legitimate, albeit tiny, there is a legitimate case to be made for boosting your channel. When you boost your channel, obviously it's going to send traffic to your channel. It can jumpstart in some cases. What the problem here is when you jumpstart and you blow it up and you have 100,000, like it would be one thing to buy, let's say 1,000 subs. And when I say buy, again, I mean within terms of service through YouTube Promote, not violating here. You can legitimately buy 1,000 subs easily now. But what would be the benefit of that? Well, at least then it gives you some traffic, and it's easy if you are actually making regular content and you're uploading constantly and your content is worth watching. It can lead them to believe that this is a good channel, and they'll probably be more likely to subscribe if they're not the first one. We're people of habit, we're tribal, we want to do what everybody else is doing. So that's a tiny case, because on the flip side of that, If you get 100,000 subs and then 50 views a video, YouTube algo is going to crush your channel and you're basically dead in the water. Second reason you might do it, you just want to troll people. There's some people out there that are just like, hey, I got a channel with 200,000 subs. You know, they want to use that on other platforms, usually like X, to throw around. So if I say, hey, I have a YouTube channel with 200,000 subs and I'm selling a program, I'm selling how to do business, how to web develop, whatever, chances are you're not going to go research if those subs are bots or if they're viable, right? You're just going to say, oh, wow, that guy's got his shit together. He's selling a program. I like what he's saying on X. So it can actually lend them to increasing their business and other avenues. Again, is it completely ethical? I don't know. You tell me, but it's definitely not a violation in terms of service. But that's a second reason that they would do it. And then the third reason is just for ego, emotional, mental health problems, because clearly if you're not profiting off of it and you're not using it to promote something else, then it's literally just, I don't know, trick one of your multiple personalities that you're successful. So that's both sides. That's where the hater side comes from. That's where the guys that are doing it come from. Again, this is granted through YouTube. In fact, I'm going to go through the YouTube Studio with you guys right now, and I'm going to break this down. YouTube Studio app open. You're going to need this in a browser form, obviously. So let's say I want to go into my Apple Vision Pro rant video, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't doing very well. It only got 200 views. So I can actually hit these three little hamburgers over here, go into the promote button there. You can pick your goal. So audience growth, that's subs. Video views, that's, I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory, or website visits. So in the case that we're discussing, it's audience growth. So we hit next. You can go in and you can actually change your thumbnail, your editing, your tagline specifically for this promotional campaign to target what you want to target. So as we go through, here's where the key comes in, okay? By default, if you're in the States, it's going to say US or UK or whatever, or, you know, a first world country. You can pick your country and as well as the language spoken, depending on how the YouTube user identifies or their geolocation. So what's interesting here is this. So let's say we're doing United States. It defaults at 200, but you can do any kind of budget you want on this. So it's giving you an estimate. Get 570 to 3,000 views for $200. I will tell you right now, we've run a few experiments and I've seen other YouTube channels that have run experiments with this. It's actually exponentially more than what they say. They actually really deliver well on this, okay? So, but you notice there, 570 to 3,000. Now, if we go back and you're just doing this for vanity purposes, or like we said, you want people to think that you're balling out, the key is this. Watch this. There are certain countries you could pick, and you could probably guess what most of them are. Large populations with a devalued currency against the US dollar, right? So we can go in here and we can say, you know what, I want Indonesia, I want India, and let's say Philippines, right? So check this out. There it is. So again, no United States now for our marketing targeted promotion here. Now what's interesting is look at that. 5,300 to 51,000 views for the same $200. Now, as I said before, these guys way undershoot. We did one as a test on a channel that we didn't even use. I just put a video on it for this purpose, and unfortunately, I didn't save it because I never thought I'd be making this video. But we put $50, and we got 6,000 subscriptions and over 100,000 views on one video from a brand new channel within like 36 hours from creation, with no promotion, no nothing, just a pointless video. And then you would just move forward, start date, end date, how much you want to spend, where it's at, and that's it. And what's crazy about this, you guys, is this is all perfectly legal and accepted under the terms of service. However, there's a caveat here. You're like, well, this is great. I'll just buy 1 million views and I'll get in my AdSense account and then I'll profit. No, they know that they're bringing you the views. So for starters, none of this counts toward monetization. So you can't cheat your way to your 4,000 hours and your 1,000 subs by buying it for $100 in Thailand or whatever. That's not going to work out for you. Also, the number two thing is when your views are coming from a specific country that you're registered in, it's less CPM. So you make a fraction of a penny on the dollar for these views. It's like, I don't even know what it is, like 1,000 times less than views that are in US, Canada, UK, etc. So buyer beware. You can make it look good to your friends. You want to fake the funk. If you're a high school kid, you want to drop $100 and get some clout. This is a good thing to do. Not saying anybody should do it or not do it, but it just seems to me it's just a built-in way for YouTube to profit off of wannabes, or in the very, very tiny 1% case, jumpstart, help, assist creators that are doing something else. What do you guys think about this? I already know what X thinks about this. Y'all hate it. I like, by and large, 99.9% of you hate it. And I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just explaining the whole situation to you guys. Let me know in the comments. Share this video on X. Get it out there. We need to have a conversation. At least now you guys know everything that's going on. Thanks for watching the video. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll make another video in like 6 months. It'll be a good time. Till next time.